Hi, I'm Ed Mahar Jr. I'm president of Valley Cadillac Hummer in Rochester, New York. I remember a few years ago with Katrina, my wife and I were sitting around actually thinking about some gifts that we needed to give to some of our compatriots. It was a tradition. And my wife said, you know what, these people don't need another gift. What we need to do is help the people down in New Orleans. So what we did is we made a major gift through the NADA to the Red Cross and to helping automobile employees, dealership employees down in New Orleans. And so I just cannot believe what those people went through. So I'm very happy to be part of this, and I love the fact that our area has reached out to help people who really need our help.
Hi, I'm Sarah Perkins. I'm with the Greater Rochester chapter of the American Red Cross in Disaster Assessment. My last deployment was with Tropical Storm Dolly in South Texas. We were responsible for assessing the 4 south counties of Texas, right along the Mexican border. I think the thing that struck me the most was the extreme poverty within our own country that I saw day after day. People living in shacks that you and I would think were nothing but the trash we might have put out last week. And the children who were playing with rocks for toys, and yet seemed perfectly happy and joyful, grateful for us to be there, not looking for handouts, understanding the Red Cross came to bring them support and to help them develop their own personal recovery plans and get them back on the road to normal lifestyle again. And the joy they had day after day, it was just mind-boggling.
Richard King, the American Red Cross, volunteer. When I retired, I decided I wanted to do something, and I wasn't sure what, but I wanted to have to do with people and helping people. So I gravitated to the Red Cross right away. 9/11, New York City, in which I spent a total of about 3 months in New York City, and many different experiences, everything from really working in the office to being right at ground zero itself, taking people back to their apartments. That's the most vivid experience that I had, was taking a young couple back to an apartment that they had not yet been back to. As I opened the door to take them in, there were things in their living room that I did not want them to see. So I immediately took them back out again.
I'm Susie Dubler from the West Ontario branch of the Rochester Red Cross, and I've been a volunteer since 2005. I was deployed to Huntsville, Texas the day before the hurricane hit as an ERV driver, and we weathered the hurricane there. We fed people for a period of time in Huntsville, and then we went to Galveston. We were the first group into Galveston to feed the residents.
What was that like?
It was wonderful. And you know, it's hard. People ask you, gee, how is it to go to a disaster? And you tell them it's wonderful. They don't really understand, you know, because you're sleeping on cots, you're taking cold showers, there's no power, there's no nothing. You're working 16 hours a day. It's hard work, but it's wonderful. It really is wonderful. I would do it again in a heartbeat.
Hi, my name's Don Clark. I'm a Red Cross volunteer. I've been volunteering for 3 years with the Red Cross. Recently, I was down with Hurricane Ike in Kuntz, Texas, at the largest warehouse for the Red Cross down there, with 156 people, and was the #2 person down there for the warehouse and bulk distribution. On my day off, which is interesting, I went down to High Island, which is parallel Galveston. And I had to go through a checkpoint down there with my Red Cross credentials because they just opened up the island after 2 weeks. And I literally drove for 10 miles and there was nothing. I pulled up there's a couple on the side of the road by the ocean with an American flag and a Texas flag right below, and I went up to them and I said, was there anything here? And they said, yeah, our house was here. And there was no slabs, there were no wood, there was no debris, because what they said is a 20-foot storm surge came on the island and took everything right across and dumped it in the bay and the marsh on the other side. There were houses toward the end of the island, which was higher elevation, but I asked, are you going to rebuild? And they said, we have to wait for a year until the seagrasses grow up again. Because once the seagrasses grow up again, that determines where you can build your house. So they might not even be able to build because they might be so close to the road. But unbelievable experience, and look forward to future assignments.
My name is Jim Ahern. I'm a volunteer with the American Red Cross, the Rochester chapter. I'm on the mental health team, and I'm also on a disaster action team. And I was assigned for my first deployment to Louisiana, a combination of Hurricane Gustav and Ike. And it was an awesome experience. I finished my career as a mental health professional, and I was looking for some meaningful volunteer work to do. And I just wanted to kind of get back to the social worker in me, and I thought it was a good opportunity to serve. I wasn't sure how well I do because I hadn't done disaster work before, but so far it's been good. Just how much people were in need, how important our service was, how devastating the hurricanes were, and it was good to be part of a team that could add value. And I took a lot from it. It made me feel very lucky for all that I had and have.
It's kind of nice to reset your priorities every once in a while. You get carried away in some stuff that just is not important, and then bang, you're down in some place where the littlest thing is so important that you really, it lasts for a long time. You really can make that feeling last for a long time.
Access to normal services that we're so accustomed to here without even thinking about it are non-existent in a disaster. And so preparing people both locally and nationally by bringing my experiences from both, putting them together and sharing them with other volunteers and building up the better workforce.
I just can't imagine being burned out of your home on a cold winter night. And the work that this chapter does is extraordinary in terms of supporting on a wide range of ways, many faceted support to the clients of this community.
Every day I seem to find somebody who said, I didn't know that the Red Cross would do that, or that the Red Cross could help me with that. You mean I had this fire in my house and you can help me? You could help me replace some of those clothes that I lost? I didn't know that. I can't wait to make a donation to the Red Cross, is what they usually tell you to.